Welcome to another episode of Void City Reviews. I'm Toast, joined by Dan.
What's going on?
We are looking today at the Mafex Catwoman from Batman Hush.
It's a pretty awesome story and looks like a pretty awesome figure.
I'm super excited.
Let's get to it.
So here she is out of her packaging.
Very nice.
I think she looks fantastic.
I do too.
Let's get a close up here on the face. This is the goggled head. This is how she came out of the packaging. There are a couple of swap out pieces that we'll get to a little bit later. She is very basic, just a literal cat suit with some boots.
Indeed.
Belt buckle, some goggles on the head that look really nice. There are eyes painted underneath that.
I really like that the goggles are that separate piece, the clear piece over, and there are the painted eyes underneath. That's pretty awesome.
And this really surprises me. This is actually a tiny metal ring.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. That's a nice detail.
So it is free floating.
Wow. Does anything hook up to that, or is that just kind of a detail from the suit?
It's just a detail.
That's a good detail.
So as far as sculpt, it is pretty much a naked body.
Pretty much.
Again, with some boots. Nice work here with the cuff, with the buckle. No paint there. Otherwise, it is very black. Strap going around the head, obviously. But it's very plain, but it works. That is what she looks like.
Yeah, for a little more for sculpt, one thing I noticed, I like how you can see the stitching, like the seams on the mask on her head that kind of go up above her eyes, that go all the way back down on the back of the mask.
Yeah, here, the ridge is there.
Yeah.
And
you can actually even see almost some of the little, looks like wrinkles in the fabric. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it looks cool.
Camera's picking it up.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I also like, there's the zipper on the front, so you can see that going all the way down. It's not just a totally flat sculpt, so there is some detail on there for a suit that, other than that, wouldn't really have much detail. It's not really meant to. It's supposed to just be a shadow, basically.
It is nice that they sculpted in the zipper, and that a lot of action figures just pretend that people are wearing a suit even though it's essentially a naked body.
Yeah.
So to sculpt the zipper in is a nice touch.
It is. I do like that there is a zipper. One of the things you see in a lot of the movies is that a lot of the suits intentionally don't have zippers or seams. That's something they talk about in the Falcon and Winter Soldier behind the scenes, about how his suit doesn't have any actual seams or like zippers anywhere on it.
Falcons?
And that's something they actually kind of had to do digitally afterwards to remove them all, because obviously, of course, there has to be zippers in real life, but in the comics, all those suits, do you ever see zippers on them, like ever? No. Sometimes they'll show them zipping up in a panel, and then the zipper seam is just gone. They're like, Where did it go?
True, yeah.
They disappear, which is really nice.
So it's a tiny touch of realism that I really appreciate.
Same here.
So all of her joints are well tooled. None of it is loose. There's a bit of stiffness, tiny bit of resistance. So you know that once you pose her, she's going to hold it. She does come with a stand as well. We'll get to that when we're talking about accessories. But she moves really well.
Holy cow.
Doing the splits. Forward and back. She's got some crunching ability as well.
Oh, yeah.
Not too much. But we'll talk about the abdomen in a minute. She's got better arcing back. But yeah, it's a really well made toy.
Which they usually are by Mafex.
And we haven't talked about the price yet, but for the price, I would expect well made joints.
How much was Catwoman?
I think she's 80, but we'll have to verify that.
Ooh.
Yep, import figures.
Well, but she does come with a lot of accessories.
She does come with accessories, which we are going to get to in a minute. I just want to pose her quickly.
She looks like she stands pretty well, as long as you don't shift the whole table that she's on.
She poses well. Here she is posed with the Batman Hush figure, also from Mafex, with a custom cape.
I love that cape.
So it is a great size for the two of them. I'm really excited about this entire line. I want them all.
Let's take a look at some of these accessories.
She comes with a stand. Here's the base plate, the hinging arm, and a clip.
And the stand has 3 peg holes in it, so that way you can either stand your figure in the center of it and have one figure displayed, Or depending on the pose, you could have it coming out of the side if it needs to be centered correctly for your center of gravity. If you had two figures, you could even have them both using the same stand and facing off against each other or posing together or something. And I think we might demo that a little bit later.
We're going to try.
We are going to try.
So she also comes with a whip that is a little bit scary.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
A whole set of hands.
That's a lot of hands.
We'll take a look at those. This is a replacement abdomen piece and two alternate heads. Here we've got a gritting teeth face and a partially unmasked face. I would have liked a Selena head, just because I always like fully unmasked Selena. But this, I think, is going to be my main face. And this will be for photography, I think.
So you mean you would have liked one where the hood is down and her hair is showing?
I want every masked character to come with an unmasked head.
Yes, that is. We have, yes.
I'm going to keep saying that until somebody gives it to me.
It would be nice.
It would be nice. But this is pretty good. Goggles up. I like this look. She also comes with a swap out abdomen because the whip is also her belt.
Oh, I see. I didn't notice that before. I get it. So that's why on that version it's not theirs, because that'd be if you had her holding the whip.
Yes. So the...
how does it go underneath the belt buckle?
Well, it doesn't.
But it's under the belt buckle right there.
It's comic art.
But I want to know how that works. I want to know the mechanism.
There's a directionality to the abdomen. And a way that you can tell is the copyright information is at the bottom. Trying to fit it in upside down, you run into difficulties pretty quickly.
I would imagine.
The ball joints at the two sections are not the same size. I think I like the belt look because I don't just like the floating buckle. Looks a little bit weird.
That does make it a little strange if you don't know why it's there. But now knowing why it's there, it makes more sense to me.
But it's really easy to swap.
I do like that you can see on the back where the top of the whip is, like here, like you can actually see, like, it's not just little coils that go around. So there is actually, you can see the handle where she would grab it.
So there's a tiny nub right there.
Yeah, so that looks like it would be the handle. That was the thing we were talking about a little bit earlier about this whip. So here's the handle, I guess, right there. You can kind of see. To me, this looks less like a whip and a little more like a giant tapeworm, or like
it just looks
some
like
strange sausages.
An earthworm to me.
Yeah. Like it doesn't really cry whip to me so much.
No.
But
I mean, that's not really a whip action shape either.
Yeah.
But you can. So
it's kind of more like a Wonder Woman lasso in mid-throw action. Kind of,
yeah. It's got a couple of joints where you can spin it around, but these are frightening to me.
Oh, those are it's an articulated whip?
Yes.
Okay, its rating went up a little bit to me because if you can change its shape, it might look less like a strange tapeworm abomination and more like an actual whip.
But it really concerns me that I'm going to just shear it clean off. So I think it's a bit more.
No, she held it like that.
Probably.
I think the way you had it before, where it was out the other way,
looks more whip-like.
Yeah.
And less like a worm.
It still looks a little bit like sausages or something.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Okay.
But it is
and she was just holding it.
To manipulate those.
Yeah.
Speaking of holding, it's like you were looking ahead.
I was. Why don't you give me a hand?
So she's got multiple hands that we were looking at briefly already. These are the holding hands. Let's see if we can.
The hands of holding.
Yep.
They are all black. So
they are black, so it's hard to pick up. But these are the holding hands. And it's really nice. I appreciate these.
The clips, I guess you'd call them, maybe?
Yeah, they're almost tiny connection stands.
That was one of the first things I noticed also when you get some figures that come with all these little alternate accessories. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all those unless you keep the whole package.
So the whip goes into the hand, holds it very nicely. So these are the holding hands. She also has a set of fists.
Always good to be able to have some fists.
She has pointing hands, and these are the long finger edition.
Yes, that is one thing we were noticing is those fingers look a little bit crazy long.
So there is a sculpted Catwoman nail.
Yeah.
At the tips of these.
We do realize that there is a long fingernail, but it looks like if that were to be life size, that is about an inch long fingernail on top of a
Open hands.
14-inch long finger.
And she's also got attack hands.
Attack hands. Little tic-tac-toe. As a child, that scene always horrified me because I could never tell. Did she poke that guy's eyeballs out? Did you interpret it that Michelle Pfeiffer just straight up poked that dude's eyes out? Or did she just slam his head into the wall and knock him out?
I don't remember the scene.
What?
I do want a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman figure, though. This is actually the first Catwoman figure I own, and I'm a little surprised it's taken this long for me to get one, but I wasn't into the old Mattel figures.
I've got Anne Hathaway Catwoman. That's it.
So I guess, yeah, Anne Hathaway exists, but this is my first, and I feel like it's a little weird that it's taken this long to get one. She's a major character.
Oh, look at that. They're about the same size.
I like her a lot. I plan to pose her with Hush Batman until more Hush figures come out, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think Hush is the next one.
Well, they could still be up in the background, and you could have all the other ones if we have them on the stand.
But I'm gonna have to figure out a display, and I'm gonna continue saying this, but I really hope this line continues because I want all of them.
It would be nice.
I'm glad that we're getting a Hush, but I need an Ivy.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially is there a Superman already?
Yes.
Does he have Ivy accessories?
Yes, he does.
So then you need an Ivy.
You really do.
I mean, that doesn't even make sense without her. I really do like these. I can't go down that road myself. So
I will continue buying import figures.
Yes, and I will live vicariously through your import figures.
Okay.
They are fantastic.
And I will bring them over, and then we can film them and talk about them.
Indeed.
So that was our look at the Mafex Catwoman from Batman Hush. She is fantastic. I've been playing with her already for about a week and a half.
It's a pretty cool figure.
Love it.
I like it a lot.
If you have any comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to
like and subscribe.
Get
those notifications.
That's important.
It is, because sometimes we throw up videos not on regular schedules, so you want to know when our content goes up.
He is Dan. I'm Toast. We are Void City Reviews.
And we are out of here. See you next time.